The aim of the SOCORRO project, and also the title, is Seek Out Corrosion Before It Is Too Late. Few companies address corrosion in a proactive way. They monitor corrosion after the fact, by measuring rust, by measuring metal degradation when it has already happened. So the approach to corrosion needs to change. Our approach shows that we can predict corrosion beforehand by looking at the environment in which the metal is used. The SOCORRO project has devised a monitoring method using sensors and AI to predict the rate of corrosion and to create an industry standard approach to tackle the problem.
So we have some demonstrators in a port environment, in an industrial plant, and on board of ships.
And we are doing real field demonstrations, actual water treatment plants.
And these demonstrators, they contain water quality sensors and corrosion sensors. So with these demonstrators we gather even more data.
And what we are trying to do is we are investigating this corrosion behavior together with environmental parameters.
So that it allows us to correlate environmental changes to corrosion behavior, and that will basically create a whole picture about corrosion.
We try to develop non-destructive techniques to monitor the corrosion or this type of defects.
We are developing a new corrosion sensor that are cheap and can follow corrosion on a long term.
To test whether an ultrasonic sensor is able to monitor directly the degradation of material induced by corrosion.
To understand the loss of matter and
differentiate corrosion caused by the environment and corrosion caused by microorganisms.
My research focuses on finding new green and sustainable inhibitors to prevent corrosion. So inhibitors are chemicals which block corrosion to some extent, adding substances to the water directly to prevent the steel from degrading further.
We are training an algorithm, a software, a computer program to understand the connection between those water quality parameters and their relation to corrosion. And hopefully it'll build enough knowledge to then be able to predict the corrosion risk for different situations.
Obviously, using the code in itself can be difficult. So what we are also doing is really build what we call the SOCORRO application, which is where people can input their own corrosion data and have the corrosion risk calculated.
And that system would then tell them, hey, look, there's an issue here, the risk is going up here.
And based on that, they can make an assessment of the corrosion risk, and they can take preventive actions.
And we want to keep that as simple as possible. So we don't need daily sampling and measuring of a whole bunch of parameters. We just want to
try to provide a way to make decisions based on data instead of decisions based on either a hunch feeling or even worse, incomplete or incorrect data.
One of the things we want to do is bring it more to the attention of not only companies but also the general public, because making sure it doesn't happen will require some investment.
For me this was very interesting. I could learn much better, I could understand it much better.
It was great. It was, I think, really much more communicative than just reading about the same text.
I think it was really explained in a way that both someone who has knowledge about the phenomenon could understand, but also someone who has no idea about what corrosion is also could understand.